In part 4 of this tutorial, you will learn additional ways to perform a spatial search. Open the Bookmarks widget. Select Central Phoenix. Close the Bookmarks widget. Zoom in closer. There is a cluster of 3 parks. You are going to examine the community in proximity to Heritage Square Park, Verde Park, and Eastlake Park. Open the Draw widget. First, you are going to measure the distance between these 3 parks. Activate the Draw Line tool by clicking on it. Check the Show Measurements option. Set your distance units to feet. Draw a line between Heritage Square Park and Verde Park. Click once to start the line in the middle of Heritage Square Park. Remember, you must double-click to complete the line in the middle of Verde Park. The distance is about 2,000 feet. Draw another line to find the distance between Verde Park and Eastlake Park. The distance is about 4,000 feet. Minimize the Draw widget. Next, you will drop 3 points in the middle of these 3 parks and draw a 2,700 feet buffer around them. Open the Buffer widget. Select Red from the Point Color Picker. Set your point size to 20. Add 3 points in the middle of these 3 parks. Set your buffer distance to 2,700 feet. Select green as your fill color. Select red as your outline color. Set the outline width to 2. Check the Dissolve option. Click on the Apply Buffer tool. The green buffer zone is drawn with a red outline. Minimize the Buffer widget. Open the Search widget. You are going to find the population by census block within this buffer zone. Select Census Blocks as your search layer. Click on the first graphical search tool with a buffer icon that says Use Existing Buffer Widget Graphics. The selected census blocks are highlighted in red. Click on the Show Results in Grid button. This shows the population and housing data by census block. Sort the population column to see which census blocks have the highest population. You can export this data to Excel to run further analysis. Next, you are going to buffer these census blocks by 50 feet. Open the Spatial Search tab. The default buffer distance is 50 feet. Click on the Apply Buffer tool. A blue buffer is drawn. Next, you are going to find the schools within this blue buffer. Click on the down arrow and select Schools. Click on the Entirely Contained in tool. There are 4 schools within this blue buffer. Click on the Spatial Search tab. Select Healthcare. Click on the Entirely Contained in tool. There are 2 hospitals. Click on the Spatial Search tab. Select Colleges and Universities. Click on the Entirely Contained in tool. There are 2 of them in this community. Click on the Spatial Search tab. Select Broadband Providers. Click on the Intersected by tool. There are 47 broadband providers. Click on the Spatial Search tab. Select Zip Codes. Click on the Intersected by tool. 4 zip codes are intersected by this blue buffer. Click on the Spatial Search tab. You are going to draw a 100 feet buffer around these zip codes. Enter a search distance of 100 feet. Click on the Apply Buffer tool. Notice how a new blue buffer is drawn. You are going to find the legislative districts that intersect this blue buffer. Select Legislative Districts click on the Intersected by tool. Four legislative districts are found. Press Clear. Notice, the original green buffer zone is still present. You are going to find the census tracts that intersect this zone. Open the Graphical Search tab. Select Census Tracts. Click on the first Graphical Search tool with a buffer icon that says Use Existing Buffer Widget Graphics. 8 census tracts are found. You can use the chart widget to aggregate the population and housing data within these 8 census tracts. Minimize the search widget. Open the chart widget. Select Census Tracts. Activate the Draw Polygon tool. Begin with a single click. Add vertices with single clicks, and end the shape with a double click. These census tracts have a total population of 20,636. The median age is 26. There are 8,630 households. Open the Select tab. Press Clear. Close the Chart widget. Open the Search widget. Press Clear. Open the Buffer widget. Click on the Clear tool to clear the green buffer. Press Clear to remove the 3 red points. Close the Buffer widget. Open the Draw widget. Press Clear Drawings. In the next tutorial, you will learn how to use the Select widget to display broadband provider footprints.